Hello everybody, Nerdy Painter here. Happy drills and chills. I wanted to come on and just show you guys the canvas that I chose for drills and chills and kind of show you the enhancements that I chose. Today is actually September 1st. I started this morning and I've gotten this little corner done. So before I got too far into it, I just kind of wanted to show you the enhancements that I chose from DPwithSparklers. When I picked these out, I did not realize they were going to come out with their own enhancement suggestion for this canvas. So these are ones that I picked, not part of their suggestion. I would definitely direct you to that suggestion because I'm sure they did a much better job. I've already kind of changed some things as I started that I don't like that I picked. But I thought I would just kind of show you the enhancements that I chose before I got too far into it. And then that way, okay, sorry about that. My 18-year-old's getting ready for work and needed something. So I just thought I would go over the enhancements that I chose before I got too far into it. And then that way I can update you guys throughout the event as I'm making progress on this. So the canvas I chose was Hocus Pocus Gnomes in Focus. It's 22 by 22 inches or 55.6 by 55.6 centimeters by Marjorie Sarnet. I have all of her gnomes that she's come out with. I really love these, but this is actually the first one I've worked on, or I'm going to work on. So I thought we would just go over kind of the switches that I made. I did make quite a few switches, and so I thought we'd talk about them. So let me zoom you in just a little bit so we can see a little better. We'll start in this corner because there actually is a lot of changes just in this corner. I'm dropping my drills. Hold on one second. Okay, so my first change that I made is here in this tree. These brown is all this tree. Let me zoom you in a little closer. There we go. So in this tree, I decided to go ahead and I want to make all these T symbols. I decided instead of just using the regular 3371, I've decided to go ahead and turn those into pixie dust. I thought it would just look really cool to have the tree throughout the image. So all kind of going down here. I'm going to zoom you guys back out. I have a hard time doing this. Okay, so I just thought that going like throughout the tree down here, having those that kind of like sparkle would look really cool. So all throughout the T, I'm going to make fairy dust. And then the hat also has this T in it. So throughout the hat will be fairy dust. And then throughout really all of these hats, the outlining will be the fairy dust. So same thing in this hat. And then this tree over here will be, so like the branch part of it will all be the pixie dust. And I'm sorry if I keep saying fairy dust, but it's pixie dust because it's from DPwithSparklers. And then like down here, this is all supposed to be that pixie dust. And then throughout his body is also some pixie dust, and then the trees. And then it's sprinkled also down here. So some of these I might change and not do pixie dust down here. I'm just not sure yet. But I definitely know I want it to be the tree branches. I want to be the pixie dust. So that was the first change I made, is I changed the 3371 from just the plain to pixie dust. Okay, so I'm just going to set this over here. The second and third changes I made, I kind of already changed because I realized, so one is a glow in the dark. So 720, I changed to a pixie dust. And then for 741, I changed to glow in the dark, and I changed it to 740 because they did not have 741 in glow in the dark. Now those two I did kind of change because this color right here is that pixie dust color, is the 720. And I didn't want to I started putting it down as the pixie dust, and then I realized that's too much. I really just want the tree to kind of sparkle. So this orange is just what it came with, which is just nothing, just a normal drill. And then that goes throughout here. and then you can see it goes throughout this tree up here. I'm gonna leave that all plain, just how it came, no special. But then some of the other areas this 720 is like in the flower, it is in the candy corns, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to do the pixie dust in those. So I'll do the pixie dust in the candy corn, in the flowers. There's some in the pumpkin, and I will do it there. There's some in his hat, and I will do it there. But in this background area, and like here, where it's close to the tree, I'm going to leave those plain. Okay, so I changed that because I didn't like how it looked. And then down here, there's a bunch in like these flowers, and I will do the pixie dust down here. But if it's in the background and it's near the tree, then I'm going to use it plain. And the other mistake I kind of made, which I wish I would have not done it this way, is I had kitted this up before my drills came. So I had like all the drills regular, and then I wish I would have just left them in baggies and just replaced them as I use them, but I didn't, so that's okay. But next time I will just leave these in baggies, and that way it's easier for me to switch out my colors when I want to. So that one, the arrow symbol, some of that will be pixie dust, some of it I'm leaving plain if it's in the background here, okay? And then the 741, like I said, I changed to 740 glow in the dark. This is another one where I wish I would have picked a little bit better, because that is this right here. And I don't really, I mean, I don't mind that glowing in the dark. I think that will look cool, but I really wanted to mainly focus on the gnomes glowing in the dark. I still think it's going to turn out and it's going to look cool, but I'm still going to do it, right? I'm still going to do it, but I don't love that one as much as I did when I first looked at it. I do think it will look cool because it's going to glow in the dark all throughout here, and then it will glow in the dark like in this area. So basically like surrounding the gnomes right here is all going to glow in the dark. So I think that it will still look pretty cool. And then some of this is also in the pumpkin and in the hat, like in these hats, in this pumpkin, in this flower. And I'm not sure if I will include it in all of those areas since it's a glow in the dark, or if I will use some of the plain in some of those areas. So I will let you know in a future video if I end up changing that. But right now, at least up here in the first section that I started, that's this color right here, and it is the glow in the dark. So that's for that one. And then I changed this 3822. I made this a fairy dust. So it just came plain. This is a lot in this background right here. All of this U color. So I'm going to make that all fairy dust. And then it's sprinkled throughout the flowers as well. And so there will be some more fairy dust sprinkled in there. And it is a little bit in the tree area, like right here. There's just a very little bit, and some in that broom. So I think that that will still be okay. I don't think it will overwhelm the look of the tree too much. But if, as I'm placing it, I find that it is, then I will just use the regular. Okay, so that's that one. And then, let's see, my 310, I changed all the 310 in the painting to glow in the dark. And that's going to be this hat. Well, actually the hat is mostly fairy dust actually. But it will be in his body, the gnome's body. It will be in this crow. This crow will glow in the dark. And then just some of like the outlines of the hat, the outline of the pumpkin, and just some different outlining areas. Like down here in these flowers, there's like little rows of the black, so it will kind of glow in the dark back down here. So again, this is one of those where I'm not sure if I love the placement that I chose for the glow in the dark, but I believe part of the reason I did that is because I originally wanted the T symbol, the 3371 glow in the dark, and I don't believe they had that option. So I think that's why I kind of switched it, because I think I originally wanted the trees to glow in the dark, the T symbol to glow in the dark, but they did not have that. So I changed it to the black for glow in the dark. I mean, I still think it'll look cool. So I did that. And then let's see. Let me just trying to organize a little bit. And then I picked some of these little colors down below that are these pretty purples. So these three, these are all found random spots random spots in the broom, like up here in this little flower, and then like random spots throughout the tree, but mainly down here in this area, these pretty purples are. And so I wanted to try some glitter down there. I just thought that would be not super overwhelming, but I thought that it would look kind of cool to have the glitter come through. And so 327 is the little star symbol, and that one is like here, and then it's like throughout here a little bit, and so this will be glitter, and hopefully you guys can see that, the glitter in the bag. I just thought that would look cute. There's not very much of it, but it will just give it like a little bit of glitter, so I thought that would be cute. And then 3740 is the Saturn symbol, and that is a lot down here. So each one of these purple patches has a decent amount of that Saturn symbol in it. And again, it'll just be a cute little touch of glitter. I thought that that would be a cute little touch at the bottom there. And so that one is in there. And then 3609, let's see, 3609 is E, and that's also down here. So it's just going to be very like glittery, nothing that's like, you know, there's not very much of each of these. So it's not going to be overwhelmingly glitter down there, but it will just give it a touch of glitter in different areas. Like some of this E is up here in the tree. So I just thought it would look cool just to have a little touch of glitter in those different areas. And so I did that one. And then the last one I chose was 3843 as a crystal, and that is in his beard. It's in the beard, this darker blue right here. So it will be a cute crystal. This is on top of the enhancements that they already had charted, because they have charted 3 fairy dusts and 2 ABs already. And so this is on top of that. And it's just throughout like his braids and his hair and in his beard. And so I just thought that would be like a cute little crystal touch. It is also in these flowers down here, and I think that that will also look kind of cool. So those were kind of the enhancements that I chose. Let me zoom you out just a little bit more. So it worked out to be a lot of these enhancements in here. So let me just kind of put these back. This is the little tray that I'm using. So all of these basically right here are my enhancements for this painting, and this one. So not this right here, but this is like, they chose this AB, this green AB. This is throughout his hat. So that was charted. They chose this fairy dust, pretty blue. That's in his, the beard and the hair, and then down in these flowers down here. So they chose that. I made the black glow in the dark. I made 740 glow in the dark. And then 720 is going to be a fairy dust or a pixie dust in certain areas, not in this background or near the trees, but if it's inside the painting, so in the hats, in the flowers, in the candy corns, then, sorry about that, I'm getting a phone call, in the candy corns, that I will add it. And then the tree T symbol will all be fairy dust throughout the tree and throughout his hat. And then those pretty purples that I showed you. And then they have some of these oranges are also a fairy dust they picked. Another green that is throughout his hat that they picked. And then the crystal is the 3843, which is going to be in his beard. And then this pretty pinky glitter color. So that's kind of the ones that I chose to enhance this with. Like I said, I picked those before they came out. DPwithSparklers came out with an enhancement. I did look at their enhancement and they have a lot of cool like pearl drills and other things. I haven't branched out really into anything but crystals, fairy dust, and like glow in the dark, ABs. So I would like to start branching out into some of those things, but I just haven't yet. I still think this is going to turn out pretty good. Like I said, I've made a couple changes along the way. I'm sure I will make some more. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys what I'm starting with. And then that way, as we move through the month, as I make changes, we'll kind of have a baseline of what it started with. So yeah, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys are excited about Drills and Chills. Please comment down below what canvas you guys chose to work on. I'd love to, if you have a channel, I'd love to follow along with you guys on your canvas that you chose. So let me know down below what you picked. And I think this one's going to work up really quick because it is round. It's not super big. So when I finish this one, I will probably start on a second one, but you do only pick one to enter and then to work for the grand prize. And then obviously you can do as many as you want. So when I finish this one, I'll probably pick my second one. I did post a video asking for your guys' help to help me pick my second one. So thank you guys for those of you who have watched that and given me your opinion on which one to do next. If you haven't, go check it out because I haven't kitted that one up yet or anything. I want to make sure that I can finish this one first. So there's still time if you want to help me choose my second one. I'd appreciate it. Leave me all your comments down below on what you chose. If you're doing this event, I'm really excited about it. This is my first year participating, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So just wanted to show you guys kind of my start before I got too into it. And that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you subscribe and like on your way out, and I will see you guys in the next video.